Hey guys, come sublimate a tumbler with me. Okay guys, so this is the tumbler we're going to be using today. It's just one I actually found at Joann's, and this is how it looks. And it's just a standard 20-ounce skinny tumbler. We are going to remove this because you don't want to sublimate with the lid on. So I'm just going to remove this off, set that to the side and set that. And I'm just going to clean my tumbler, make sure it doesn't have any debris. I'm just going to use a napkin with just a little alcohol on it. Okay, so once we have that all done, we're going to just kind of, get our measurements on how large that we want to make our image. So this tumbler is right at the 8-inch mark. Like it's right at that 8-inch mark. And I could not find my ruler. So I kind of just took something and I just used like a little piece of tape and I just kind of wrapped it around. From side corner to corner, well, from one side to the other, and I'm just gonna cut it. And this is how you will get your measurements for your side if you don't have like a ruler that wraps all the way around. This is just the trick I use, and then I'm just gonna pull this piece off and I'm just going to measure it. So if I measure this from like end to end, it's right before 9 inches. So like eight and 3/4, I would say, of an inch. So once you do that, you can just remove your tape. And just gonna give it one more good wipe. So now we know to make our image at least 8 inches tall and almost 9 inches around, since we don't want to have too much left over for when we go to wrap it. Okay, so today we're going to be using Silhouette Studio because I want to be able to get precise measurements for my image that I want to use on my Tumbler. And Cricut Design Space doesn't let you print. Like if you do like the print and cut image, they don't let you print over a certain measurement. So I just use Silhouette Studio just so I know I have the perfect measurement that I need to be able to fully wrap my tumbler. I'm going to go over here to the side and I'm going to change the measurements to the size of the paper I'm going to be using, which is an 8.5 by 11. So once I do that, I just go back and line the image up from corner to corner to match the size of the paper. Go into preferences. I'm going to change it to the presentation matte, and then I'm going to change my color to high. Now we're good to print. Okay guys, so I realized something about this tumbler. because I was having a real hard time trying to wrap this because it was coming out more even at the top than it was the bottom. So I realized with this tumbler, it's bigger at the top than it is the bottom. You can't really tell, but if I use like something circular to put through here, you can see, sorry about that, you can see that it gets more space as it gets to the bottom. I did not realize that, so I thought my image was coming out crooked, but it's actually the tumbler that's bigger at the top, more narrow at the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to turn it upside down since the top is a lot flatter, and it'll help me keep the image straight. And then I'm just going to wrap. Okay, so I'm just going to take a piece of tape. And I'm going to pull it as tight as possible. Then I'm going to take another piece, stick it. I'm going to cut it. And you're going to pull that. And you're going to pull that as tight as possible. Then when you get to the top, you're gonna want to take, and you're gonna kind of want to pull, and you're gonna want to pull it all the way around. And you want to do the exact same thing at the bottom. And we're going to run down the middle. We don't want no air getting in whatsoever. Okay, that looks wrapped pretty good, but just to make sure it's more secure, I'm going to use some painter's tape. Okay, so now we have our tumbler all wrapped, and it's wrapped really tight. Now we're just gonna head on over to the oven. Okay, so I'm just gonna set this to broil since it's at 400 degrees, and then I'm gonna start it, and we're gonna just let it heat up to 400 degrees. Okay guys, so it's telling us to add it, so we're gonna go ahead and set our timer. We're gonna set our timer for 6 minutes. We're gonna open it. We're gonna add our tumbler. Okay, and I am gonna add this rack just so it has something to lay on. And we're gonna add our tumbler, guys. Just gonna set it in there. And we're going to flip it at the halfway mark. So when it gets about 3 minutes, we're going to come back and we're going to rotate it. Be very careful, guys. Okay, and we're going to close it up and let it finish the last 3 minutes. Okay, so it's all done. We're just going to take it out and we're just going to set it to the side to cool for a few minutes. Okay, so it has time to cool down a little bit. So now we're just going to unwrap and see what we got. And there you have it, guys. Did get a little since the seam, but this is what I meant when I said it kind of goes, but I mean, it still came out pretty good. I think it came out really cute. And we got most of the ink off. And then you just add your lid back. And there you have it, guys. Okay, and that's all we have for today, guys. If you like how this came out, leave a comment below, let me know. And if you guys decide to go to Joann's and try this tumbler out, let me know. And if you have any tips and tricks that I can do to kind of help with tumblers that are kind of like smaller at the bottom, bigger at the top, to kind of get the image perfectly wrapped, let me know, because I really did not know that, guys. So that was kind of a struggle for me since it was bigger at the top, smaller at the bottom. But the seam at the bottom came out really, really well. And everything else came out well. So if you do try to try this tumbler out, just know that you will have to make your image bigger at the top, smaller at the bottom. But that's all we have for today, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.